get a chance to check in with a guy that I met earlier this year as he picked up his first win of the season at Can-Am in their Pro Stock division. Just recently picked up another one last Friday of August. And as we sit here on this night, he's getting ready for some Pro Stock Series races, which are coming up. Currently second in the points there, finished second in the points at Can-Am. Tyler Bushey is 27 years old. He's wrapping up his fourth season in the Pro Stock, did 3 years up at Brockville in a street stock. Let's head up to Hubleton, New York, which is right about midway between Can-Am and Mohawk, so he is way up there. Tyler Bushey joining us right now. How you doing, man?
We're doing good. It's a good night and getting ready for some racing.
Sounds like it's been a good season.
It's been up and down, but overall it's been pretty good. We've been pretty consistent.
Up and down. What's the up? Obviously, is the 2 wins. What's some of the down stuff that's happened?
We always seem to find ourselves in the wrong place at the wrong time.
So we had a few accidents along the way, have we?
Yeah.
Nothing serious, I hope?
No, nothing too bad. Like a couple weeks ago at the Lebanon Valley Series race, we got pinched up into the wall and caught that pretty good and tore up a little bit of stuff, but we still finished the race, which was good.
So that's those pictures I saw with the right side tore up on the car. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was about the flag stand at Lebanon Valley.
Had you been there before?
I ran there probably 3 weeks prior to that just to get some laps there for the series race.
I hear it's quite an intimidating track if you haven't been there before.
It's definitely its own animal. There's not much like it that I've seen yet.
Is it the long
straightaways and very high banking corners, tight corners?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was surprised because I took around. Corey Reed took me around in a pace car a few years ago, and I remember going into turn 1 and going, where do we want to be? Do we want to be way up there? Do we want to be in is it like that the first time you go racing into turn 1 at Lebanon Valley?
Oh, yeah, for sure. When you drive down in there, you got so much speed, and you just kind of throw it in there and pray a little bit that it's going to stick, and it does, but it's definitely scary the first couple times.
How long does it take you to get a little bolder and actually drive it in there like the regulars do?
Not too long, a couple laps. I haven't quite found out how to be fast there, but I have managed to get around there.
So were they passing you more, or were you passing them more?
It was more of a standstill, I'd say. I
Okay.
kind of held where I was at most of the time.
So not bad for your first time at a, like we said, a very intimidating place. So, okay.
Yeah. It's actually a very challenging track for drivers because you
can
lose so much speed in the corners that you got to keep so much momentum to keep it up in the straightaways. It's very difficult.
So you lift or get on the binders for somebody, and it's going to take a couple laps to make that up, huh?
Yeah, if you just drop a couple hundred RPM, you're in trouble. You got to keep that thing wound up.
Yeah, well, it's a crate motor, just like the Sportsman, so that's kind of the nature of the beast, right?
Yep.
Right. He just picked up his second win, like we said, at the end of August. Tell me about it. How was that night? And that's the picture you're seeing, by the way, is from that night at Can-Am. Tell me about the win.
It was a good night. We actually unloaded fast. We were good in hot laps. We won the heat, and we started on the front row of the feature, and I led every lap. The car was awesome. The track was nice and smooth. It worked out good.
So it really is one of those nights where it really could not have gone better, huh?
Yeah, it's one of those nights where everything goes great, and it's awesome.
Anybody challenge you along the way that night, or were you just out front racing the track pretty much?
I had Justin White was there a couple times, but I fended him off. I only saw him once, but I knew he was there. But no, in most part, I just stayed on my line and ran my race.
Okay. And by the way, Justin is the son of, why can't I think of his name off the top of my head? Eddie?
Mike White.
Mike White, yes. So he's growing up around this, and I was up there earlier this year. He looked like he was running pretty good. How is the division doing right now at Can-Am?
We're struggling a little bit with numbers. We've only been getting about 10 cars, which is unfortunate, but for the most part, all 10 guys are competitive, so it usually puts on a pretty good race for the crowd.
Yeah, I'm looking at the full points here, and we got a lot of guys who really know what they're doing. What is going on with Pro Stocks at this point? Because Can-Am's not the only track that's down a little bit. People just go on sportsman racing. Why are not more people choosing a fendered option?
Honestly, I can't answer that.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. I think most of the guys, they start out and they're just jumping right to the sportsman, and that's where they're starting out, kind of bypassing these lower levels.
Yeah. Some people have said it's almost an iRacing effect, that people come in knowing more than they did, say, 20 years ago, like maybe when your dad, Roger, raced all those years ago, and if they want to go to a mod, they go to a sportsman, they don't want to do the ladder. Does that sound like something that could be happening?
Yeah, it sounds about right. Myself, I don't know. I love the full fender stuff, so I don't think I'll ever leave it and go open wheel.
Okay.
But most people love the open wheel.
Yeah, but there's something about a stock car, isn't there? I mean, the way they look, the pro stocks. I mean, a lot of times at Super Dirt Week, you guys are the best race.
Yeah, I mean, I just love the full fender stuff. I mean, if you look back, like in the '60s and stuff, everybody had a car that looked like it came off the street.
Yeah.
That's what I like about them.
Okay. Cost-wise, is it comparable to a Sportsman or considerably less?
From what I've been told, we're a little bit less than a Sportsman, but we're not far off.
Okay. Well, you still got to. Is your
But
chassis
we're
made
running
by?
the same We're running the same engines as a Sportsman, and the same transmissions, same rear ends.
Oh, you're running the
So
two speeds. I
drivetrain
didn't know that. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So it's pretty much the same drivetrain, and the 4-barrel carb around. So it's pretty close to the same drivetrain.
Okay. Well, you didn't make your car. You bought the chassis, didn't you, or no?
Yep, I bought the chassis. It's Nick Stone Manimal chassis.
Ah, you went with Nick. Okay, because there's a few people
Yep.
doing that, and having that support also is a big thing. Because back 20 years ago, people didn't buy pro stocks; they made them.
Oh yeah, me and Nick became good friends. I started out. I told him I had one of his cars. He's helped me out ever since, and I really appreciate him a lot.
Yeah, and then the thing nobody knows about Nick, he doesn't have a tuber. He's so strong, he just bends them himself. Did you know that?
Oh, I believe it.
Anybody
I
who's
feel
met Nick,
12 dials when I'm standing next to him.
yeah, I know. You feel like you got to get to the gym or something, right? It's like, man, I am out of shape, you know, and I gotta. Yeah, so we always joke that that's what he does. And if he doesn't have jack stands, he just holds the car up. Yeah, we have a lot of fun with Nick on that because
Oh, yeah,
he
he's a
looks
great guy.
intimidating, but he's just a cool guy. So
Yeah, for sure.
Nick, I hope you're listening, and I hope things are going well. I got to get out and see you. So from here on in, and we don't know about tomorrow yet. There'll be an announcement, I think, later on tonight. But basically, they're going to finish out the Pro Stock Series.
Yep, and we run tomorrow night at Can-Am, which is unknown at this point. But here with ball in the series.
Yeah, yeah. When's Weedsport Saturday, or was it Sunday? Were you at Weedsport?
Weedsport Saturday night.
Saturday. Been there much? Do you go to that show every year?
I've only raced there twice.
Like it?
It's a tricky place too. It gets real slick.
Yeah, and those
Makes it real tough on our cars.
well, walls inside and out too. It's a little intimidating, I would imagine too, right? For a different reason than
But,
Lebanon Valley.
I definitely like the smaller tracks better than the big tracks like Lebanon Valley, though.
Are you an iRacer? Do you practice on that or no?
I do have iRacing, and I have a ton of buddies that we get on there all the time. And whether it helps in the real car, I don't know, but it keeps your skills on point. Running with people and running clean, moving around a little bit, trying to find a line.
Yeah, I could see that, especially at Weedsport, you know, because
Yeah.
if you're racing with some guys who don't run clean, that's not going to be much fun at that point. So
I've been on there a few times this week running Weedsport, trying to get ready for it.
I think it also keeps your reflexes sharp, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely helps with that.
At the least, it does that.
Yeah.
So it'll keep you sharp in the off season. Fulton is up after that. Super Dirt Week. Are there other places you're going to be before the season's over?
Yep, we'll be at Mohawk next week.
Okay.
And then Albany, Saratoga the week after for a series race.
Boy, two different tracks there, huh?
Yeah, and then we go to Fulton, and then we go to Weedsport again during Super Dirt Week, and then we're at Oswego.
What night is that you're at Weedsport? Do you know off the top of your head?
It's the Tuesday night.
Oh, it's
of
not,
the
they're
week.
going. Okay, gotcha. Sounds like you got your hands full. Car's ready. You got nothing you got to do tonight.
No, car's ready. Actually, my buddy just pulled in. We're going to load it, and we should be all set.
Well, sounds
Crew
like
put in a lot of work this week, and I really appreciate that if they're listening.
Nice. Well, sounds like a perfect place to wrap it up. I wish you all the best, man. And next time I see the number 15, I'll make sure to come on over and say hi. Okay. So thanks for making time for it. I know you're busy, so I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Hit that blue E down there. That'll subscribe. You guys, let you know every time we're doing something cool and talking to somebody like Tyler. This is it, man. Only place you're going to get this stuff. So make sure to subscribe and don't miss a thing.